Jeremiah Davis, one of the first to get in on that tackle.
Number 1, Devontae Collins-Anderson with the stop, along with number 97.
No credit, big number 1, Devontae Collins-Anderson playing that nose spot for the Saints. 5'10", 300 out of Columbus, Ohio.
300 is very kind.
Blair's in the shotgun. They send 2 receivers left, 1 right. Blair takes, looking, throwing across the middle, nobody home. It was a crossing pattern through the middle, but his receiver wasn't there. Saints force a 3-and-out.
That time a quick little out. I think he had to get rid of that because the rush was coming pretty quick from, I think, Mr. Tristan. Well, let's see here. 94. Nico Moroso was right there in his face to force that quick throw. So far, so good for that Saint defense. 3-and-out, and we're going to get the football.
Austin Kreider back deep for the Saints, who was not dressed last week. Good snap. Good punt. Sent Kreider back to his 12-yard line with a bit of a head of steam. Tripped up. He'll get to the 25-yard line where he's taken down there, and that's where the Saints offense will take over.
Kreider returns the kick out to the 25.
What do you want to see from the Saints offense here in their first possession?
I want them to see him establish the line of scrimmage, run it right up the middle. You know, Davis, he's got that ability to kind of make people miss and kind of find that little crease. I look for this offensive line to try to establish that physical presence. You know, I'm looking at Indiana Wesleyan's front 7. They don't look extremely large. They look more of the kind of the stout defense more than the big unmovable objects.
Ball placed at the far hash mark. Saints going left to right on your dial. The give is to Davis. Bouncing out left with a little bit of room.
Just like that.
He'll get to the 35-yard line. That's again a 10 and a Saint first down.
Yeah, that time tried to go up the middle and then just bounced it outside, followed his blocking, and nice 10-yard gain. Good start for the Saints.
First down.
We'll keep the ball in that far hash mark. Adam Glander is to the far side. Deontay Rush and Damon Wright near side. As Neck takes, gives, that's Davis. Running through the middle with a head of steam, out and across midfield.
25, Darius Davis on the
big gain there of 16.
21,
and the Saints with another first down inside Wildcat territory.
Yeah, I love his patience and love his vision. He can really find a hole, and that time just took his time and busted free for 16.
Running right behind Ryan Carlson as he takes. Why not give it to him again? Run over Carlson again. Not as much. He'll pick up about 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 8 as Jared Jordan checks into the game for Darius, who'll get a rest.
36.
Yeah, I'd be running around behind Carlson too, 6'7", 300, and probably close to 30-pound senior.
2 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Going to have looks like a pretty good day today against that smaller Indiana Wesleyan front 7.
From the middle over on going towards the left side of that line, the senior Alante Rice, Ryan Carlson, the redshirt senior, and Stanley Fink, the redshirt junior. A lot of experience along that left side. Big Will Walker in at the left side of the formation as Neck takes. Give it, Jared Jordan. Good tackle there for a loss.
Jared Jordan on the carry.
That's Brevin Beard from Kokomo, Indiana, 5'11", 178. Come out of that safety spot to make the tackle.
Yeah, real good read there by Beard. Cut Jordan down in his legs, makes it 3rd and a long for the Saints.
About 9 to go. The Saints need the 39. Jared Jordan will stay in the game. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Neck takes. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw. He's got a man. It's going to be caught. Out across the 40 to the 37-yard line. They'll give him the 38. That's Damon Wright on the reception. That'll be good for a Saint first down.
Good pitch and catch there by Neck to Wright. Good out pattern, and Neck put the ball right where Wright could get it, and for a really big first down.
Neck takes. They'll give it to Jordan running left. Trying to find a hole. He'll pick up about 1.5 yards. Trying to run over that left side of the line.
Yeah, I can see Indiana Wesleyan secondary starting to creep up a little bit, which should indicate that maybe Siena can throw the ball a little bit. You talked pregame about getting some receivers more involved, like Adam Glanders, and this might be an opportunity for the Saints to do that.
One-on-one coverage here with Damon Wright on the near side of the field. Damon Wright's in the slot, Adam Glanders to the far side. They're going to fake it. Good play there to Will Walker out across the 30 to the 25 before he's taken out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 22-yard line, it appears at the moment. Good fake there to Darius. And big Will Walker picks up a couple for a first.
Yeah, very well-designed play right there. Play action pass, and Walker wide open to get some key yards and a first down.
They're going to give it to Darius with a blocker out front. That's Stanley Fink pulling from that center spot. Pick up about 5, bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, the wind's blowing, I think, a little bit stiff today, so we'll see how it affects the passing game, and definitely we'll see how it affects the kicking game.
So they'll credit a 4-yard carry to Davis as Jared Jordan checks in, patiently trying to find a hole. Looks like he'll get to the 15-yard line.
Number 7, Josh Davison.
Taken down there.
And number 3, Justin.
It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Indiana Wesleyan definitely is committing to stop the run on their defense. All their safeties are creeping up and playing run support. So, the play they just ran with Walker might be a good play to revisit because they're definitely committing to that run.
So now you've got the ball at the 15-yard line for Necht, who sends Damon. Check that. That's Deontay Rush in motion. They'll give it to Jared Jordan. He's going to get snowed under for a loss.
3, Jared Jordan on the carry.
And there was just no room there.
Yeah, I don't know if they called the right play there, but Coach Cohn was pretty animated on the sideline. He was not happy with what happened there. I don't know if it was somebody moved the wrong way, or if they just didn't execute the right play.
36, Brady Tangay will come in to attempt.
So Brady Tangay is going to come on to try to boot this one through the uprights.
Yeah, a little bit of a swirling wind here, so we'll see how that affects this.
36-yard attempt.
Wind blowing right to left for this about 36-yarder or so. Good snap. Oh, and it's blocked. Tangay picks it up, and then he loses it again.
Field goal attempt is blocked.
So the Saints don't convert on the field goal attempt. And just like last week, a problem with blocking field goals, extra points, ended up really costing the Saints that game last week. That bugaboo rears its head again.
Yeah, that's not the kind of start you wanted here in this game, giving Indiana Wesleyan a little bit of confidence. That time they had 2 guys seeping from the left side coming in, and we took a little bit too long to get that snap and hold ready. And
the snap maybe was just a tad high.
A little bit, but
it was controllable,
yeah.
and Aaron Wagner did a nice job putting it on the ground. But by that time, it was just too late. Wildcats are up the middle, blocked field goal. Blair back out. He's going to throw it. It's going to be tipped and incomplete. Nick Stallworth in on the coverage on the big tight end.
Tyler Thomas is incomplete.
Yeah, really good coverage there by the linebacker Stallworth. Nowhere to put that football, and Indiana Wesleyan facing 2nd down and 10.
Saints showing a bit of pressure here off the right side. Blair's going to throw it. It's going to be caught. A little bit of a bubble screen that
Number 10, Zach
was a bit of a
Blair's
broken
pass is
play, but
complete
they'll
to
pick up
Braden
about 3
Smith.
on the play, bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Blair not the biggest quarterback at about 6 feet, and I don't know, he's pretty, I think that might be a little generous at 6 feet, but seems to have a pretty decent arm, and I'm guessing maybe a little bit of mobility. So we'll see what the Saints do here.
3 on the play, it'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
3rd and long.
Blair's in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Takes. Looking, throwing. He's got a man and nearly picked off by Trenton Morrow. The pass falls incomplete. The Saints once again force a 3-and-out. The Wildcats will punt it away.
Yeah, that time just was overthrown. Ball's overthrown to Braden Smith. And really, Morrow should have had that pick. Just went right through his hands. And good news, though, we got another 3-and-out. We'll get the football back and see if we can finish the drive this time.
It was a good punt last time by Ben Von Guntner.
Whoa.
It's a trick.
Was it a trick?
Trick, I don't know. That's how they're going to play it off. And the Saints will be all over it. It was a snap to the up back.
Yeah, I don't think.
And then he pitched it back to the punter, and there was just, he looked as confused as maybe the Saints were.
I don't think that was a fake punt. I think the long snapper just snapped it to the wrong guy. Because he snapped it to number 73, who's a lineman. If you're going to do a fake punt, you're not going to snap it to a lineman.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it was just a mistake. I don't think it was a fake at all. But regardless, we'll take the outcome.
Now the Saints are in business inside the 15, ball at the 13.
I don't think I've ever seen that play before.
It was a strange one.
Because you would think if it's a fake, he's not going to give it to the punter.
Correct.
Who's not exactly a passer runner option. So, oh well. Thank you.
Deontay Rush goes in motion. They'll give to Darius, who's running left with a lot of room. He cuts it far side, trying to cut it in. And he gets smoked out of bounds. He's inside the 5 to about the, see where they spot him. Looks like they'll give him the 2. So that'll be good for a Saints first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
That time the vision of Davis, again, originally started going up the sideline or up the field, but then cut it out and had a huge hole on the left side and almost snuck it in the end zone.
So 1st and goal. They send Damon Wright in motion. He stops. Gives it. Darius trying to find some room. He's going to lose a yard back to the 3. And just when you thought maybe 25 was going to get his first 6 of the year, big number 3 comes in.
Yeah, he had his chance. Coaches probably like, well, we gave you one shot, but now we're going to give it to the guy who has, 10 touchdowns? So he's got a little bit better percentage, Mr. Jordan.
6:35 to go, all scoreless here in the first quarter. Saints are inside the 5. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. They send Dwan Smith in motion. Low snap, corralled. It's Jared Jordan cutting it back in.
Got a flag out here.
He'll get to the 2, but there is a flag on the near side of the field at about the 6-yard line.
It's probably a holding, either offensive or defensive. I'm not sure which one.
It'll be more towards the backfield. I would imagine they're going to get the Saints on a hold. I don't know why the hold would be on the, it would be on maybe Deontay Rush. So they're going to peg the Saints on an illegal formation call.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll take the ball back to the 8-yard line.
So they'll back it up to the 8-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 8.
Well, here's where I'd maybe do some sort of a rollout pass or something. We got to get things moving. We're trying to run the football up the middle, and Indiana Wesleyan is just stacking that line of scrimmage. So let's get that defense moving, and hopefully we find some seams.
I think this is going to the left. They send Glanders and Rush to the right. That's the wide side. Nope, they're going to go right. Looking for Adam Glanders. It's going to be caught. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Glanders climbs the ladder for an 8-yard touchdown from Tyler Neck.
Perfect ball from Connect. Put it right there. And Glanders using that 6'2 frame pretty much out-jumped the defensive back for the touchdown.
That's something I've been looking for all season from number 9. Go up, get the ball. He's a big red zone target at 6'2", 190. Good to see 9 cash in from 5. Extra point is up, and it's good.
And the kick is good.
So off the fake, maybe not fake punt, the Saints cash in. It's 7-0 with 5:54 to go in the first quarter. We'll step aside. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. Saints lead at 7-0. Just under 6 to go in the opening quarter. Tyler Neck to Adam Glanders from 8 yards out gives the Saints their first lead of the game.
Chris, really good, I think, really good adjustment there by the offensive coaches for the Saints. You know, they were trying to run that football, pounded it in down at that goal line, and decided to loosen it up, and it paid off big dividends by finding Glanders, who's, like you said, kind of been underutilized a little bit this season, but good to see him get a big play and definitely a touchdown. And
really just a fantastic pass from Tyler Neck, because Juwan Gilbert, the sophomore corner from Indianapolis, 5'9", 160, with a height difference, but really had great coverage on Glanders as this kick takes a hop and it's going to be fielded at the 4-yard line.
Nice.
The Saints are all over that. Going to be tackled at the 13-yard line. The Saints D back out on the field. Really good coverage there by Justin Carabino, number 14. He's usually a returner, but that time on special teams got down there quickly and made a great tackle. Special teams is one of the most overlooked units in all of football. Obviously, most of the attention is placed on defense and offense, but it's a 3-unit game, and that was a good effort there by this Saints special teams unit. Coaches always talk about, you know, special teams being an equal part along with offense and defense, but some coaches put more of an emphasis on it than others. Blair's in the shotgun. They send a man in motion. It's a give up the middle. Saints are all over that. For the Wildcats. Pick up about 4 to the 20. Check that, the 16-yard line. I don't even know who you credit that tackle to on the Saints defense. It was everybody. And 97, Andrew Loria. Well, I guess they're giving it to Gardaki and Loria. Okay, White Gardaki and Andrew Loria, the defensive end, defensive tackle, respectively. One starter on the front seven we probably won't see today is Isaiah Newsom. I believe he's out for this game. He got, I think, ejected the last game, and I think was suspended for this one. Blair takes blitz coming off the edge. He's going to throw it into the ground. Good effort there from Nick Stolworth to try to go dig it up out of the dirt, but pass falls incomplete as there was a ton of pressure coming off the edge. Looked like that was Nico Moroso just coming off unblocked from that edge spot. Yeah, Nico was coming hard at Blair, the quarterback, and he had to get rid of it and almost threw it to one of ours. So good pressure by the Saints defense, and again, another 3rd and long for the Wildcats. Looking at 3rd and 7 from their own 16-yard line. Blair with 3 receivers left, 1 right. Takes. Looking right. Throwing, lofts it over. He's got a man. He just overthrew him. Zach Blair's pass intended again for Braden Smith is incomplete. Braden Smith, the intended receiver, for the Wildcats. And he got just a step, it looked like, on Jeremiah Davis, but the pass sailed about 5 yards past his receiver, incomplete. Yeah, they took a shot deep and just overthrew him a bit, but we'll take, again, the result of that, another punt. So the Saints defense so far certainly is rose to the challenge of shutting down an offense that averages more than 45 points a game. Ben Von Gutten, the punter, is standing at his own 1-yard line. Snap's good, kicks away, it's a short one. It's going to be fielded by Austin Kreider at the Saint 46, and that's where this offense will take over. 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Saints. So maybe you'd like to get the turnover, but when you pin these teams back deep, going back to that special teams coverage, the tackle by Justin Carabino, now you start at your own 46-yard line. You got half a field to go. Yeah, we're in good shape here. You know, the special teams this year has been real solid. It's a little disconcerting having a couple of these field goals and that blocked the last couple weeks, so they got to get some blocking up front settled, but our special teams have been really solid this year, and hopefully they'll continue that way. Neck takes. It's a give to Davis running left. 25, Darius Davis. He'll pick up 3 out to the 49, bring up 2nd and 7. Vince Versteeg on the stop for the Wildcats. Yeah, Siena Heights, again, not messing around with trying to do some trick plays. They're just following that left side all day with the veteran crew there. Rice, Carlson, and Fink. 2 receivers right, 1 left. He's going to fake it to Davis. Neck Nope, it's a give to Davis,
25, Darius Davis, the
who
ball
rushes
carrier.
into Wildcat territory.
Number 7, Josh Davison
Spot him at the
on stop.
48-yard line.
Davis gets into
Davis, good
Wildcat
gain there. Could have had a few
territory
more,
to
but
the 48-yard
Davison
line.
came up again from the secondary to make a nice
3rd
tackle.
and 4 for the Saints.
It'll be 3rd and 4. Jared Jordan checks in the game. 2 receivers right, 1 left, ball at the far hash mark. Necht will check out of the play. Needs a new call. Play clock at 10. Saints get reset. Necht takes. He's going to throw it. Looking. Throwing. Got a man. It's going to be caught. Damon Wright. Inside the 30. What a pass from Necht to Damon Wright for a big gainer. First down Saints. Ball will be at the 29-yard line.
You know, if you're looking the eye test on Necht, you just don't think he throws a very good ball, but he always seems to find it, and it always gets to the right person.
It was a bit wobbly there as they give it to Jordan running left. Try to cut inside. Pick up 2 out to the 27, but he dropped that one into a bucket over the linebackers and just before the safeties.
Yeah, he kind of flutters it in there, and it's hard to explain because usually, you know, quarterbacks want to zip it places, but he's really got a nice touch. He throws probably what you call the catchable ball.
Situational football. It's good to know. Necht takes, looking, throwing right. Wants Damon Wright again, nearly intercepted. That one was just underthrown.
Damon Wright. 3rd down.
That's where
and 8.
he could have used the zip. He tried to flutter that one, and it almost cost him a pick 6.
Cameron Locke, the sophomore defensive back out of Cedarville, Ohio, almost took that one the other way. There was a lot of room in front of him.
Yeah, half second earlier, and you might have a touchdown.
So it'll be 3rd and 8 now from the Wildcats 27. 2:57 to go. Saints up 7-0. Necht with 3 receivers right. That's the wide side of the field. Darius Davis in the game. Necht takes, looking, throwing into the end zone. It's going to be caught just short of the end zone.
Adam Glanders.
I guess who? Adam Glanders climbing the ladder, going to get the ball inside the 5 to the 2. It'll be 1st and goal from there.
Chris, were you in the coaches' meetings this week? Because it seems like your analysis of getting Glanders more involved, they seem to have listened to you.
I take all the credit in the world for it. Necht with 2 receivers left. Darius Davis in the game. I'll bet you a Slurpee that it goes to Davis here.
You would think, wouldn't you? They got to get him on the board.
Will Walker is the up man. Necht takes. It's a give to Davis with a head of steam into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. I like Mountain Dew.
2-yard run and a Saints touchdown.
Good to see 25 get on the board today.
Yeah, you would think a guy who is leading the conference in rushing would have a touchdown, but it's taken him a while, but it was worth the wait. So good to get him in the end zone, and hopefully that's the gets him off the schneid is what they like to call it.
Brady Tanguay on to try the extra point attempt. Kicks up, look good from here. And it is. So with 2:18 to go, Saints take a 14-0 lead over a 2-yard run from Darius Davis for his first of the year. We'll step aside, take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. $14-0, 2:18 to go here in the first quarter.
Visit the web at www.shasaints.com.
And you look at that drive, and it was, coaches will always tell you, I want to run the ball and I want to pass the ball, 50-50 on that drive. And really, on both scoring drives, it's been just that, good run, good mix of run and pass.
Well, they take what the defense gives you, and the defense is definitely stacking that line of scrimmage. They're trying to shut down Davis. So good coaching has them adjust, throwing some passes in there, and Necht has looked really sharp. And obviously getting some of those receivers involved just makes this offense much more potent.
Out of the starting secondary for this Wildcats team, as the ball is fielded high at the 20-yard line, coming the other way, out across the 35, taken down just shy of the 40.
McKenzie on the return.
That's a big return there for the Wildcats, who have been pinned deep inside their own territory all day. They'll spot the ball at the 38-yard line.
43-yard line.
But the tallest member of the secondary, according to the Indiana Wesleyan 2-deep, is 6'1", Massimo Pagnano. 6'1". He's their backup outside corner, who I don't think we've seen today. But you look at these guys, 5'9", 5'8", 6 foot, 5'11". The Saints have a advantage as they stack two receivers left. It's going to be a quick toss in the middle.
Wow.
Hammered by Griffin Sobel.
Complete to number 2, Braden Smith. Griffin Sobel.
Yeah, he caught it, but he paid a serious price. Sobel, the outside linebacker, really
5 yards on the play.
smashed him as soon as he caught that football.
Braden Smith, the sophomore receiver out of Wyoming, Michigan, makes the catch for the Wildcats, brings up 2nd and 5. 1:44 to go in the first quarter. Saints up 14-0. It's a give up the middle with a hole.
24, Devadney Alford on the carry.
That'll be to the 49-yard line. That's good for a Wildcats first down.
Stop made for the Saints by
nice quick hitter there by Indiana Wesleyan, and after I think their fourth drive, they finally get a first down.
First down.
3 receivers left, 2 right for Zach Blair, who's in the shotgun. Takes, looking, throwing. Quick hitter across the slant. It's going to be caught. That's an 11-yard gain out to the Saint 40. That's good for a Wildcats first down.
Another quick hitter there by Blair over the middle.
They're
definitely speeding up their offense a little bit here, trying to develop a little bit of a rhythm against this Saints defense.
Inside 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Blair takes. Empty set once again. Pass across the middle, and it's broken up. What a play by Trevon Claiborne. Braden Smith had it in his hands, and 2 came in like a missile and dislodged it.
Wow, that was a hit right there, and a clean hit too. All shoulder, pretty much dislodged the football, and textbook. That'll show up on the season-ending highlight reel for sure.
No doubt about that. 50 seconds to go on the incompletion. Clock stops. Be 2nd and 10 from the Saints 40. They bring in Devadney Alford, the back out of Orlando, Florida, 5'10", 201. They send 2 receivers left. That's the wide side. They'll give it up the middle. Squeaking forward for about 3 is Alford.
24, Devadney.
It brings up 3rd and 7.
Getting back to Claiborne, I had a chance to interview him this week, and you'll hear him at halftime, but realize how rangy he was. He's, not thick as you would think, being a cornerback, but he definitely is very rangy and has got a little bit of strength to him. So that hit right there, I tell you, I wouldn't want to get hit by him after seeing what he did to that receiver a couple plays ago.
6'1", 195, the redshirt junior Trey Claiborne out of Redford. Attended Cass Tech in Detroit. Good football program there. They send the big tight end in motion. Takes, throwing across the middle. That's going to be caught. What a catch there. Braden Smith
Blair's pass is complete to number 2.
fighting off the coverage from Trenton Morrow. Came down from that safety spot. Braden Smith, tough guy to cover, 6'4", 171.
Yeah, he's definitely becoming the go-to receiver here for Indiana Wesleyan.
That'll be the end of the first quarter as the Saints take a 14-0 lead, but the Wildcats inside Saint territory. We'll bring it back to you for second quarter action. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. Second quarter action here from Laughlin Field. Saints have built themselves a nice 14-0 lead through that first quarter.
Special guests to the President's Box. Today's guests are Ken and Judy Pryor and their family. The Pryors were the winners of the tailgate with the President live auction at last June's Siena Scholarship Spectacular. Please give them
So Alford will be in at the running back spot. Send a couple men in motion from left to right. Those are the big tight ends. Blair's going to take from under center. Getting pressured, and he's going to get sacked. Nico Moroso first there. Andrew Loria in to clean it up.
For the Wildcats.
Yeah, Nico Moroso's been in that backfield all day. That time he got his wish. He got his sack, and that time pinned back Blair, the quarterback, for a big loss.
That's a loss of about 6 out to the 35-yard line. It'll be second and about 16. Blair, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Alfred in the backfield. He's in the shotgun. Takes. Looking left. He's going to get sacked again! What a big play there from E.J. Shaw, who shot out the gap like a cannon.
E.J. Shaw.
You could see that developing there. He just lined up behind a defensive tackle and kind of inched his way and basically just slid right by him and had a clear path right to Blair. Boy, he had to feel that. I can see, look at Blair out there. He's feeling it. That was a big hit.
Big hit.
I think we're filling our highlight reel tape for this.
Holy moly. So back-to-back sacks here for this Saints defense brings up 3rd and forever. Blair throwing, caught across the middle. Trying to weave his way inside the 30, gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 29. He'll be 10 yards short of the first down.
Smith and Nick Stallworth at the stop.
And let's see what the Wildcats decide to do here. They're down by 14. It looks like they're going to leave the offense out.
Yeah, I think their field goal kicking isn't real strong. And plus, with that wind kind of swirling, it's tough at this side of the field.
Fans, get behind that defense.
The Saints looking to stand strong here on 4th down.
I'd look at stopping number 2.
He's on the outside.
Braden Smith is who they've been going to. I'd be trying to shut him down.
That's Trevon Claiborne in coverage. Blair takes. He's looking that way. Getting pressured. He's going to get sacked. Going down.
Zach Blair.
Big play there from the Saints. Cole Merlin, one of the backup linebackers, the freshman, 6'2", 205 out of Siena, Ohio, makes the play.
Cole Merlin in on that stop.
Yeah, that time, again, nobody opened downfield. And Merlin, true freshman from Salina, came in and made a big play to give the Saints back to football. So good job by the defense there. Indiana Wesleyan that time got a little push, especially in their passing game, but could not finish the drive.
That brings out Tyler Necht and company, who had a magnificent first quarter, 5 of 6 for 78 yards, a touchdown with that long pass. Couple long ones. Neck takes. They're going to give it. That's Davis running left with some holes out across the 40. 45. Still on his feet. Out across the 50. Finally taken down on the opposite side of the 50. He'll get to the 49-yard line. Taken down. And he still had a lot of room in front of him.
Yeah, just love watching him run. He's so shifty and just very intelligent. He's just a very intelligent runner. He knows when to cut and when to accelerate.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Ball at the near hash mark. Saints going right to left on your dial. They give it. That's Davis cutting it outside, making another miss out across the 45.
25, Darius
taken
Davis,
out of bounds. Shy of the 40. Looks like they'll give him the 41.
21, Brevin Beard, and 1.
See where they spot it.
Took him out of bounds.
They will spot it at the 41. That's a gain of 8 on first down. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, I've said it before, but he really does remind me so much of Emmitt Smith, the way he runs the football. Just picks his way through, accelerates, decelerates, makes a move. Just a really enjoyable back to watch.
They send Will Walker in motion from right to left. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They're going to fake it to Jordan. It's a dump out to Will Walker, who's caught it. Out across the 35 to the 30, taken down
Tyler next pass.
Right at the 30. Nope, they'll give him the 29. Big first down, and Will Walker,
By 26, Justin
who's
Fry.
quickly become one of my favorites on this team.
I think his new first name is just Big.
Just big.
Big Will Walker.
Big Will Walker,
Big Will
and
Walker.
he is big. 6 foot, 260 out of Dansville. The redshirt junior just continues to make big plays for the Saints offense. Neck takes. They're going to give it that Jared Jordan running right. Big block there from Will Walker,
Number 3, Jared
who gets
Jordan,
to the
ball carrier.
21-yard line. Couple yards short of the first down, but there is a flag on the play.
Massimo Pagnani
Usually in the area of holding there.
and Peyton Marksbury.
And they picked up the flag, moved it a few yards back. It looks like this is going to be a hold on the offense. They're talking it over.
Up, number 1.
This one's going to go against Devontae Collins-Anderson.
In the back to call against
So it's
the
an
Saints.
illegal block in the back, which is not something you see on an every down play. I didn't see it, did you?
Yeah, I think they got Damon Wright, the receiver, kind of.
Takes the ball
Oh, I'm
back to
sorry.
the
Yeah,
36
Devontae
yard
Collins.
On the opposite side of the ball, Damon Wright.
He doesn't need to block anybody illegally at 350, but
Damon Wright, the slot receiver for the Saints
my
offense.
guess is he probably was shoving
First
somebody in the
down
back
at 17 for
as a
the
receiver, and one of those penalties that can really kill a drive. So we'll see if we can overcome that.
You know, the Saints offense and the defense, they look the same out there. They're wearing the same stuff. I got confused for a second.
Yeah, those double numbers now. That's been a
It
new
is.
thing.
It is a new thing, yeah. Neck takes. They're going to give it. Nope, he's going to keep it. Jared Jordan. It's going to be caught to Deontay Rush. Did he roll in? I thought he did.
Give it to him. Oh.
No, they're going to say he's at the half-yard line. It was a good fake to Jared Jordan. And Deontay Rush coming off just a bit gingerly, and it was another excellent throw from Tyler Neck to Deontay Rush, who caught it in stride and rolled over the tackler. And I thought he rolled in, but they're going to rule him at the half-yard line.
Yeah, we could really use some video replay here, but at the level we're playing, we're not going to get that.
So they're going to send Jared King in motion. It's a give, Jared Jordan. He's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
The ball carrier, and he's in for a Saint touchdown.
Oh, boy.
Well, I guess if we were answering the question whether they're going to come out and have a letdown, the answer is absolutely not.
36, Brady Tenge in for the extra point try.
And with all due respect to the Wildcats, this ain't Trinity Bible.
No, and we were there a few years ago, so we know about
Sure, of course.
being a first-year program and trying to be competitive. And there's a difference between a team like ours and a team like Trinity Bible.
Ready, Tanguay on to try the extra point. Kicks up. Look good, and it is.
Extra point.
He almost kicked that into the
Saints
retention
21,
pond that we
Wildcats
got so
0.
familiar with a couple weeks ago.
We know every inch of this place now after that homecoming rain monsoon.
10:24 to go here in the first half. Saints take a 21-0 lead. We'll step aside. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. Saints up 21-0, 10:24 to go here in the first half. We're talking, boy, wouldn't it be something to see Devontae Collins-Anderson on offense?
Well, the way this game is going, maybe we will. There's going to be a lot of, I think, some good substitutions in this game.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot of the depth, which is always a good thing, especially when you're prepping for a game like Marion next week, which will be, as it looks, maybe the battle for a conference championship or at least a piece of it. So, great to see Tyler Neck, though, throw the football with some accuracy. I mean, we're going to need that against Marion next week for sure because, as I said before we got on the air, Marion is going to shut down or at least attempt to shut down Siena Heights' running attack. We're going to need to throw the football next week to beat Marion.
Well, and two of the receivers, it's certainly not a knock on Damon Wright or Deontay Rush, but it's hard to catch the football. And they've had their problems with that this year and last year even. I mean, but they've got stick them on their gloves today because they're catching everything that's being thrown to them.
Yeah, and they're a good receiving corps. They're a veteran receiving corps. I thought coming into the season, that receiving corps might be the deepest receiving corps we've ever had. So, I think, having a redshirt freshman quarterback has played part of it.
Sure.
It takes time to get into a rhythm with a young quarterback. And if today is any evidence, it looks like they're coming into their own.
Brock Quinlan to boot it away. Good kick, going to be fielded at the 8-yard line. Saints coming for him. Trying to reverse the field. Not a whole lot of places to roll.
13, Amon Clark on the return.
Going to be taken down at the 12-yard line. Good coverage there. Trenton Morrow in on special teams, as was Tim Brown. They were there first.
That Cole Merlin, again, on special teams. He almost made that play. The guy can move for a rangy linebacker. So Saints got some really good young talent. We're going to probably see a bunch of it here in the second half.
It'll be 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 from the Wildcats 12. Blair's in the shotgun. He takes, gives. That's Josh McKenzie on the carry. Swallowed up after a
Josh McKenzie, the ball carrier.
Gain of about 1.
Nick Stallworth.
Swallowed up by that
Devontae
front
Collins,
7.
Anderson on the stop.
Yeah, Indiana Wesleyan's offense right now, I think, is starting to realize they have not played a front 7 like this all season, and Siena Heights really starting to take control of that line of scrimmage.
Blair's going to fake it, rolling. It's going to be just a little sidearm toss. Good adjustment there from Blair. It's going to be caught by his tight end and then tackled immediately by Trenton. Check that. That's Griffin Sobel on the tackle.
Griffin Sobel on the stop. No gain on the play. 3rd down.
It'll be no gain, so it'll be 3rd and 9 from the Wildcats 13. Saints looking to make them go 3 and out.
Yeah, we're looking pretty sharp defensively. I have no complaints at all. Everybody looks like they're playing at a very high level right now, so we just need to keep it going.
Another interesting matchup here on the near side of the field. Trey Claiborne and Braden Smith, the twos. Getting pressure here on Blair.
Oh.
And that's going to be flagged.
Yeah, not a hard one right there.
No, it was just Trenton Morrow coming down. Blair was looking for number 5, Donta Henderson, the sophomore receiver out of Marion, Indiana. And Trenton Morrow just a little too quick on the pass breakup, and they're going to get him for pass interference here.
Yeah, pretty easy call to make. Just got there a second too early.
But credit the defensive line. Jared Whited, coming off that end spot, was making Zach Blair's life miserable as he rolled to his right, and he was losing real estate quickly as he was coming to the sideline. Had nowhere to go, so he looked to Henderson, and Trenton Morrow got there a little quick.
Yeah, Indiana Wesleyan, I'm sure will take whatever they can get at this moment, but Siena's front line is really generating a lot of pressure. Obviously they're doing some blitzing, but even without blitzing, they're still generating an awful lot on Blair, and you can see he's antsy back there. He's getting rid of that football.
Blair on the shotgun, takes, fakes, throwing over the middle. It's going to be caught. That's probably their biggest gain of the day. Pick up of about 15 out to the 42-yard line. Good for a Wildcats first down. Just split a couple Saints defenders. Picked up a couple as Griffin Sobel makes the tackle for the Saints.
For the Wildcats at their own.
Yeah, it looks like down 21-0. They're abandoning the run game and just gonna start spreading it out and throwing as best they can to get back in this.
Blair, 2 receivers left, 2 right. McKenzie in the backfield. He motions them right to left. Blair takes, fake it to him. Getting pressured. Once again, the Saints are all in their face. It was incomplete. Now we have a flag on the play. Near sideline. Thrown right at the near hash.
We do have a penalty marker.
I don't know what the call is. The play went to the left of the formation. They threw it on the right.
Yeah, it was a really late flag thrown from the side judge here. I don't know if it was maybe illegal formation or something.
Yeah, and I mean, it really came out as really the ball was incomplete.
Oh, or nothing.
So they're going to pick it up.
We'll wave off the penalty marker.
All right, so
No harm, no foul.
right. We were confused, but for good reason.
They were too.
8:17 to go. Saints up 21-0. Wildcats looking at a 2nd and 10 on their own 42.
Yeah, the cloud's getting a little darker here. We still see some blue, but looking a little more ominous than it did an hour ago.
Wind looks like it's picking up a little bit too as Blair takes, looking, throwing. It's going to be caught over the middle, just shy of midfield at the 49. Not enough for a first down. Bring up 3rd and about 3. E.J. Shaw, the tackle there for the Saints.
Yeah, it looks like Indiana Wesleyan's strategy now is just spread the field with about 3 or 4 receivers and just try to quick hit passing game down the field on this Saint defense.
So 3rd and 3. They stack 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Blair is going to give it up the middle. Nowhere to go. Saints eat him up along the line. Nick Stallworth,
Josh McKenzie on the
Trenton Morrow, Malik Edwards,
97 Andrew Loria,
Logan Smith all in on the tackle there, as was Andrew Loria.
Garrett Vanover on the stop.
That brings up 4th down.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to punt or go for it, but yeah, smart move here, 4th and 3, about the midfield mark. You don't want to give our offense another great field position.
Just trying to pin the Saints back as far as you can. That's Gabe Callery standing at his own 10-yard line.
We'll see if the long snapper gets the right person this time.
Ben Von Gunton in punt formation.
Now we'll get a
timeout
here for Indiana Wesleyan. They sent a couple guys in motion. They stacked that left side of the punt formation. And looked like maybe there was a little bit of confusion, or they didn't like what they were seeing from the Saints, so they had to call that timeout.
Well, maybe they were doing a real fake punt this time and didn't like what they saw.
Siena Heights Sports Network is also streaming today's game live online. Visit the
yes.
web at www.shusaints.com. Once again, say thank you to our ticket sponsor, McDonald's. Don't forget.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. We are starting to see some clouds roll in. Now I wonder, has it ever rained during a game here, Doug?
You know, I've heard rumors that we've had rain during Siena Heights football games, but
I can't seem to remember. There's just no game in memory that we've had a ton of rain. Now, of course, just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had the.
We had.
We're gonna call that the Noah's Ark game.
I was just gonna say, have you guys started building a boat here yet? Fred Smith, the athletic director here. No boat yet, Fred? Not yet. All right. We're gonna punt it away. Shallow kick. Callery's gonna let it bounce. It's gonna fall at the 16-yard line. That's where the Saints will take over. 6:41 to go. Saints up 21-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com.
Jared Jordan, the ball carrier.
All right, welcome back. Saints running it with Jared Jordan out to the right.
Gain is good out to the.
He's going to pick it up for a Saints first down. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line as Neck takes. He's looking to throw. Step into the pocket. Got Adam Glanders.
Next pass is complete.
He'll get to the 36-yard line. Pickup of about 8.
You know, one thing Saints offensive front has really done a great job of the run, but the pass protection has been really good. I mean, Necht hasn't, I don't think anybody's laid a hand on him the entire game so far. So great job of this offensive line in both areas.
We still have a healthy amount of sunshine here at Laughlin Stadium. Saints lead at 21-0. Necht takes. They're going to give it. That's Jordan with a hole. Out across the 45 to the 50. Inside Wildcats territory. Down at the 48-yard line. Good for another Saints first down.
Another great job by that front line, opening up a big hole on the left side. Jordan, really good, powerful running back who is having, obviously a great season in his own right.
Jamon Benson in that running back now for the Saints. They're going to give it to him running right with a hole, keeping the legs churning. He'll be stopped at the 41-yard line.
Benson, the ball carrier.
Pick up a 7 on the play, brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, we're moving pretty good right now, both in the air and on the ground. So our offenses look like it's humming on all cylinders.
2 receivers left, 1 right. They're going to give it to Benson again with a hole. Out across the 35 to the 31. Running with authority is Benson. Running right behind his blockers, Abe Wildermuth, Jax Galloway, Stanley Fink. Picking up another Saints first down to the 31.
Yeah, this program has really developed some depth here. Benson, another redshirt freshman out of, looks like Walled Lake Western. Big, powerful runner and getting some good early snaps here in this ball game.
5'10", 180. He runs heavier than that, though.
He does.
They're going to send Gerald King in motion. They're going to give it to Benson again. He trips. That'll be a loss of about 4 yards out to the 35-yard line. Looks like maybe their feet just got tangled up.
Yeah, or their knees. Tyler, the quarterback, was kind of pointing to his knee there. Maybe they got a little tangled, but, well, it happens.
It's a game of mechanics. It's a very every movement is not choreographed, but that's how it's supposed to run.
Sure. Yeah, any deviance at all, and you got problems.
That brings up 2nd and 14, ball at the 35-yard line. Necht takes. They're going to fake it to Jordan. Necht rolls. He's going to throw. He's got a man. That's Damon Wright. Caught. He's going to be driven back, but his forward progress is going to be stopped. It looked like at about the 24-yard line. That's where they're going to spot it. So a good pickup there. Got a ton of that yardage back. Brings up 3rd down to about 3.
Chris Necht, the quarterback's having a really good, strong first half. He looks like spot on with his throws. He looks like he's in rhythm. Best I've seen him play this year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we talked about how the mentality would be coming off last week. And it doesn't matter who you're playing, whether it's a first-year program or a championship team. It can be tough coming back from a game like that, and he's responded really well. Send 2 receivers right. They're going to get a timeout here. This one is going to be credited to, looked like it was going to be the Saints. And it is. Siena Heights takes a timeout on the field with just under 3 to go here in the first half. They've got a 21-0 lead. We'll take a break in the booth. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. In the first half, Saints up 21-0, looking at 3rd and 3.
4 for the Saints.
It's a long 3, about 3.5 yards. Saints need the 21. Necht will send Will Walker in motion. They're going to give it to Jared Jordan, run right. Trying to find some room.
3, Jared Jordan.
I think he might be 1.5 yards short or so. Nope, they're going to give him the 22, so he's a yard short.
48, Ishmael Avila.
And doesn't look like the offense is coming off the field.
Just a little short for the first down.
Yeah, the way they're moving the football, I would think, especially when you're up 21-0 too, late in the first half, no risk here going on 4th and 1.
Once again, Will Walker coming in motion. They're going to give it to Jared Jordan, trying to find a yard. He does. Out to the 20. That's a big first down on 4th down. Good job there from Jared Jordan, running behind Carlson, Fink, and Wildermuth.
Brown, but not before Jordan picks up a safe.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe place to be
down.
this season for Siena Heights. That left side has definitely been their go-to side on the running game.
Get a little giddy up there from Jordan, 5'10", 210. He runs with some power.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes here before halftime. Take your time. You got plenty of time here to go 20 yards.
Necked in that pistol, faking it to Jordan. He's going to throw it, wanting to go over the top. Looking for Adam Glanders, and just out of his hands. It looked like maybe Glanders didn't quite turn his head enough to see it.
Incomplete.
But again, it was a really nice little floater pass over the safety, Brevin Beard. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Looked like that was Juwan Gilbert once again in coverage. But just another nice pass from Necht.
Yeah, if he would have threw that on a line, that would have been intercepted. But, he has a way of just floating that ball in there. It's almost like it's really unusual. You don't see too many college quarterbacks with that kind of touch.
And a freshman to boot. Necht takes, he's going to throw it, stepping up in the pocket. Feel a little pressure, and he's going to get sacked. Back at the 25-yard line.
And he is sacked by number 74.
That's what you call a coverage sack. Nowhere to go with the ball down the field. He was looked like he wanted to go to Deontay Rush on the far side of the field, but there was just nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, and that sometimes, you don't want to get the sack, but you also don't want to throw the pick, especially late in the first half. So sometimes you can take a sack and live to fight another play.
No doubt about it. Now Indiana Wesleyan will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout in the booth, too. Just over 1 minute to go here in the first half. 1:12 to go. Saints up 21-0. Looking at 3rd and long here from at about the 25-yard line. And don't go anywhere. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. 1:12 to go in the first half. Saints up 21-0. Looking at 3rd and 15 here from the Wildcats 25. Two receivers right, two left for Necht. Takes, looking, dancing around the pocket. He's going to run with it to the 20. He's going to get chased out of bounds.
That keeps around the left end, stopped by number
tackled out of bounds there. It will be spotted at the
taken out of bounds at the
17-yard line. That'll be well short of the first down. That'll bring out Brady Tanguay in the field goal unit.
Yeah, that time, good decision by Necht, just getting what he can get there. He's definitely not the most mobile guy in the world, but he did enough to get a few yards and make this field goal try here a little bit more manageable.
And once again, though, it looked like they were trying to go into the end zone with the pass, and there was just nowhere to go with it. Good coverage there from Indiana Wesleyan.
Now let's get this field goal cover or unit here set. Let's get a good effort.
The last one was blocked. This one not. Kick is up. Look good from here, and it is.
And the kick is good from Brady Tanguay. He connects from 34.
Tanguay kicks a good one from 34 yards out. 58 seconds to go. Saints now up 24-0. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. Looking back, just under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Saints up 24-0 after Brady Tenge connects from 34 yards out. That's a big one for Brady, and specifically that field goal unit in general.
Yeah, we need to get that back on track here. We've had a couple blocked the last couple weeks, and Brady's a 4-year starter basically at the place kicker and one of the best in the conference, and just need to keep that confidence up because we're playing some really tough competition here over the next 3 weeks. So
I'd argue one of the best in the country. I mean, it really just, if anything, he's very consistent.
Yes.
Nothing ever frustrates him, or no moments too big as the Saints prepare to kick this one away. Remember, they deferred after winning the coin toss, so they'll receive it in the second half to start things out. Brock Quinlan to boot it away. Good kick.
Really
good kick into the end zone. Maybe with an assist from the win there, as it's swirling now.
Yeah, well, Brock Quinlan, another one, 4-year kicker for the Saints, and been our kickoff specialist here for at least the last 3. That time got one of those touchbacks. We'll take that.
Not far from here, the Toledo native out of Central Ohio, 166-foot, the senior kicker. Again, another model of consistency.
We'll see what Indiana Wesleyan has here with what they want to do deep in their own territory.
Wildcats take over. Just a little quick hitter to the far side of the field. They pick up 2 to the 27. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Yeah. You got to be real careful here because with the Saint defense, you make a mistake, it might cost you another touchdown.
Takes, looking, throwing across the middle. It's going to be caught out across the 40 and then taken down. And here comes the flags.
I don't know about that. I'm sorry, but
Logan Smith got a hold of Dante Henderson and suplexed him at the 40. And
I know that's not today's football, but to me, you got to get a guy down to the ground, and sometimes there's a little contact involved.
I mean, it looked like that. It almost looked like that Logan kind of lost leverage a little bit, and he had him kind of around the waist, and he was at his back. So Henderson was pushing forward, and the only thing he could do was just kind of lift him up, and by that time the momentum's taking him over.
To me, that's not a bad penalty. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm not worried about that one.
No, agreed. As Saints bring some pressure, they're going to dump it off. Trying to make a kill in this out across the 40 to the 35, hurdling.
Blair's pass complete.
Blair to Alford.
Stop made by 97.
Andrew Laurie on the stop.
Gained good to the 31.
6', 275 tackle out of Sterling Heights makes the play, and the Wildcats will take a timeout with just 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, out of timeouts, 10 seconds at the St. 31. You got maybe 2 plays left. And
now maybe you don't like, as a defensive coordinator, you don't mind that aggression or that kind of intensity during a play, but it costs you 15 yards. And now you look at maybe the Wildcats are in striking distance.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't a positive play by any means, but, it wasn't like, in my opinion, a targeting or something that, in my opinion, is an avoidable thing.
Or a personal foul or something like that, sure.
Basically doing a wrestling takedown. The football that I grew up in, that wasn't a problem.
Yep.
Matter of fact, that was encouraged. So you get the guy to the ground any way you can. And to me, if it's about head injuries, I don't know how that is a head injury concern. Unless you're putting the guy on his head. Which that time, it's just taking him to the ground.
So 10 seconds to go. Wildcats are out of timeouts, so they're going to be throwing the football. Blair's going to go empty set backfield. They're going to stack 2 receivers to the near side. That's the short side of the field. They got 3 receivers to the left. And now we're going to get a stop and play.
Whistles before the snap.
So the Saints are going to get a timeout.
And the Saints have called for a timeout.
Ron Shields apparently didn't like the look there, so they decided to talk it over a little bit.
Make sure you stay
Yes, Michael. Weather update.
The team and the band will perform. You don't want to miss that.
Just before 2 o'clock, you said? Okay. So just before 2 o'clock, so looking at quarter after 1 now, so they're still about a half an hour away. So they must have had a lightning strike pretty recently there in East Lansing as they're getting hit with some weather. We've had some gray clouds pass through here at Laughlin Stadium in Adrian on campus here at Siena Heights. It looks like there could be some more coming. Well, I choose to look to this side of the field.
Yeah, we look to the side with the sun.
As Blair's going to take, he's going to throw it. This one's going to get tipped. Good beat on the ball with,
Pass
that was Gabe Callery. And good coverage there from, looked like that was Jeremiah Davis in coverage.
Yeah, that time Blair took a shot into double coverage and almost had that picked. A little bit lower, and Callery would have come up with that. He was in good position there.
Well, if Callery maybe was 2 inches taller, 5'9", 192, he was our player of the game last week.
Yeah.
Had a terrific game.
Yeah, and that play, he was right where he was supposed to be.
So the field goal unit's on the field. It's a long one. High snap. Kicks away. Looks like that's going left. Does it have the steam? I don't think it did. No good.
And the field goal falls short.
So that's how we end the first half on a Wildcats missed field goal. So this Saints defense preserving that goose egg. They lead it 24-0. This is the Siena Heights University football halftime show being brought to you by D&P Communications. It'll be Tyler Necht out to man the offense. Jared Jordan, Damon Wright, Adam Glanders, Deontay Rush all out there. Check that. That's Gerald King in Rush's spot. They're going to give it to Jordan. Trying to bounce it outside. Not a whole lot of room. He'll pick up one out to the 21. Bring up 2nd and 9.
48, Ishmael Avila.
Yeah, we'll see if they can kind of restart this running game. Very impressive first half. Davis was 73 yards on 11 carries, and Jared Jordan 34 yards on 10 carries.
He's got 35 now on the day. Saints up 24-0, start of the third quarter. Neck takes, he's going to throw it. Dropped. He had Gerald King open, but
Next pass was intended for
it looked like it almost hit him square on the numbers, but maybe let the ball come to him, hit the pads, and bounced out.
Yeah, he didn't look like he didn't catch that with his hands. He caught it with his, or didn't catch it with his body.
So Tim Brown in the game now for Damon Wright. Next in the shotgun, takes, low snap. Looking, throwing, wants Glanders. And Glanders was coming back on the route, and Neck threw it to where he was, and the pass falls incomplete. It'll be 3 and out for the Saints.
Looked like the wind might have taken that a little bit and pushed it left, because it looked like it sailed a bit on Neck. But, yeah, not a great start to the half here, but hopefully we can get a good punt here from our freshman, Caleb Meister, who's had a pretty good season for being a true freshman.
He's standing at about his 5-yard line. Good snap to him. Kicks up high kick. It's going to take a Wildcat bounce. It looks like they're going to spot it at the 44-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will take over.
45, Hayden Schluter down with the punts. At the
Saints up 24-0.
It'll be a Wildcat ball, 1st and 10.
You know, so much is made on scoring points in college football, but when you've got a lockdown defense, it's just as effective.
Well, it keeps you in every game and gives you a chance to win every game. And, you know, you always know you're within striking distance if your defense can keep things at bay.
He's going to take it and give to his back, who picks up a yard.
Alfred on the carry.
It looked like
Anderson and Malik Edwards team up for the stop. No gain. 2nd and 9.
that was Logan Smith, who shot in from that middle linebacker spot and made the initial hit. Devontae Collins Anderson, Logan Smith, and clean it up. Blair sends a man in motion. They're going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be caught into Saint territory, down at the 40-yard line. That'll be good for a Wildcats first down.
Those are the kind of plays that worked well for Indiana Wesleyan in the first half. Those quick slants with Blair delivering it before the rush comes. And that time had some area, had some room to run, and picked up an early first down.
So ball at the SHU 40. Blair's going to make a correction at the line. Takes. They're going to give it. Met in the backfield. Good play there from guess who? Trey Claiborne. Reading the play, diagnosing it, and making it. Tackled at the 41. That's a loss of 1. Bring up 2nd and 11.
Really good play there by cornerback. You know, they're not known as great tacklers by trade, but this defense does a great job of wrapping up the person with the ball.
Alfred on the carry. As Blair takes, he's going to pump and throw over the middle. He's got a man. It's going to be caught inside the 25, down at the 22. That'll be good for another Wildcats first down.
Yeah, Blair just kind of gunning it in there. He's not taking much time at all, and surprised defensively a little bit the Saints aren't getting their hands up, because he's not a big guy, and he's throwing a lot of those balls right over the middle. Should be some deflections in there if the Saints are active.
They've got him listed at 6 foot, maybe with cleats on.
5'10", maybe. Maybe that's why he transferred from Ball State.
Takes. They're going to give it to Alford. It was a slow developing play.
Whoa.
He tries to hurl over that Saints front seven. That's not usually a good idea. Brought down there by Hayden Schluter, the redshirt freshman linebacker out of Milford, Ohio. 6 foot 220.
Yeah, Indiana Wesleyan hasn't had any success today running the football. Minus 20 yards rushing in the first half. Their best offense has been the spread offense with the short, quick passing game.
It's going to be a loss of 1, bring up 2nd and 11, though. Wind's really blowing now. Blair takes. Throwing across the middle. It's going to be caught. That's going to be good for another Wildcats first down at the 10-yard line.
And another one of those quick, just pop passes over the middle.
And what's the adjustment for that? How do you stop that?
Well, I think being more active, maybe playing a little bit, having your linebackers drop into coverage a little bit, because some of those you're going to be able to step in and maybe pick one of those off if you read it right.
And the defensive linemen getting their hands up, trying to tip that. It creates a good situation, too, as Blair takes. A little pass out to the streaking receiver who was cutting across the formation. Did he get in? Yeah, he did. Touchdown, Indiana Wesleyan. Driving it down the field and cashing in for 6.
Zach Blair with the lateral to Amon Clark.
Yeah, just kind of like a little swing play there. It wasn't a pass because it was behind the line of scrimmage, but a little lateral pass, and had some good blocking out there on the defensive back, and was able to squeak into the end zone.
Van Von Gunten for the extra point try.
So the extra point crew's out for the Wildcats. Kicks up. I don't know that went in. Yeah, they're going to say it did. I thought he snuck it on the outside of that right goalpost, but they're going to say it squeaked in. So with 10:46 to go, Saints up 24-7. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. Another thing I wanted to make mention of, today was the Cancer Walk. A really cool tradition here at Siena, where it's really open to anybody who wants to participate, but the team, the coaches, the cheerleaders, everybody gets out on the track and takes a lap around the field just to commemorate those that we've lost and those who are fighting their battle with cancer, as this one's taken out across the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll give them the 21. That's where the Saints will take over.
Yeah, it's our annual pink game, and our head cheer and dance coach, Angie Heath, does a great job of organizing this every year. October being Cancer Awareness Month. A lot of pink on the field and on the sideline and in the stands today, and everybody's remembering someone who either had a battle with cancer or lost that battle with cancer. And it's always, a special moment in the pregame to do that walk. I know our president, Sister Peg Albert, was
out there too.
Part of that today, and today we honored the mother of our trainer, Lori Robinette, who recently lost her mom to cancer. So very special moment today.
Next, going to give it to Jordan, running right. He's going to cut back the other way, and he's going to get taken down. That's a loss.
Number 3, Jared Jordan, the ball carrier.
He'll get tackled back at the 17-yard line.
Adam Shantz and Justin Johnson.
Yeah, Saints look a little lethargic here coming out in the second half. Don't see Mr. Davis, number 25, out there. I saw him on the sideline the last series with his helmet off. He had his uniform on. Don't know what happened there, but haven't seen him yet in the second half. And hopefully nothing seriously is wrong with him, because obviously we need him healthy the rest of the way.
That brings up 2nd and 13, ball at the Siena 17. Neck takes, looking to throw. Throwing, that's Adam Glanders, caught and immediately tackled at the 25. And picking up some of those yards back, you're looking at a third and about 6.
Yeah, it'd be nice to pick up a first down or two at least here to get some better field position, because it just looks like we're a little bit lethargic here, and just need a big play or two to kind of kickstart this offense again.
I did spot Darius Davis. He's standing on the sideline with his helmet in his hand. As Neck takes, he wants to throw, wants to go deep. He's got a man. Oh, and nearly caught. That was Austin Kreider making a leaping effort. I don't know that he would have been able to get a foot in bounds, but that was a great ball into double coverage, and just couldn't come down with it.
Yeah, it would have been a really tough catch to make, and taking a shot deep to try to make something happen, and just didn't able to convert it. So 2 and out or 3 and out again here for the Saints here to start the second half, and got to be careful. Even with a 24-7 lead, we don't want to give Indiana Wesleyan any more momentum.
Saints punt unit on the field. Good snap, kicks away. High towering kick, good
nice
one. It's going to be fair caught at the 30-yard line. So good punt there.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
From Caleb Meister, who flips the field, and the Wildcats will start this drive on their own 30.
Yeah, time for the defense here to make some adjustments to this short passing game of Indiana Wesleyans. They got to find a way to disrupt the rhythm here of Blair, the quarterback, who's, after kind of a little bit of a rocky first half, has seemed to find a little bit of a rhythm.
9:08 to go in the third. Saints up 24-7. Saints moving some defenders around. There's that adjustment that you're talking about, and here comes a flag.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
It was pretty close. I think Sobel got there a little early, the linebacker, and might have bumped him just before the ball got there. So
it was, again, one of those quick hitters.
Yep.
They were moving their defensive players around pre-snap to throw Blair off, and they're going to say Sobel got there just a hair quick.
Pass interference, the call against the Saints.
Yeah, Blair's really, and he doesn't throw the soft ball that Neck throws either. He winds up and lets it go. So, receivers have done a really good job of catching those short passes, because he's got some zip on them, yeah, especially in a little bit of cool weather here. But they've done a good job. But the flip side, these are the ones that get deflected and intercepted too. So it's a high risk, high reward type of a passing game.
Blair in the pistol. He's got Alford at his back. They're going to give it to him. Running right with some room. Out across the 40. Jared Whited came in and just whiffed on Alford. So that's going to give the Wildcats a look at a 2nd and 2 from their own 41. Blair's got 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers left, 1 right. They send a man in motion. It's that same play that they scored on.
Watch it. Oh, we're going to get.
Wow.
We're going to get another.
This one's going to Jeremiah Davis. It was an incomplete pass. And
can't lead with your helmet. That time he tried to break up the pass and hit the guy helmet to helmet. And
you just hope this isn't going to be a targeting call.
Yeah, it could be.
I think it could be.
Talk about seeing the depth of the secondary. We may be seeing that here real soon.
So
they're talking about it.
Yeah, they are talking about it.
And in college, this level of college football, there's not going to be a video replay. So whatever they're going to call on the field is going to stand. So tough part too is a receiver like that is considered a defenseless receiver on those kind of plays, because he didn't have the ball yet.
And it was the same play that they scored that touchdown on. They sent Amoon Clark. They started him in the backfield and motioned him out wide.
Personal foul. Defense number 5. Target.
So they are going to pop
Penalty
Jeremiah Davis with a targeting call, so he's done for the game and for the first half of next game.
Yeah,
and that's a big loss.
That is a big penalty, not in this game, but boy, you lose him now for the first half of the Marion game, and that is not what you wanted to have happen.
So Marquise Goodman comes on, the 5'9", 180 corner out of Saginaw. And just doesn't have that range that Davis does at 6', 170. So Coach Cohn now getting an explanation as well. I don't think he's happy about the targeting call.
Yeah, well, it's, without TV replay, it's really hard. They got to make a judgment call and a snap call on those kind of things. It's moving at full speed. So
now the teams can appeal it. They can appeal it to the NAIA.
They can, but I would think it'd be kind of tough.
Chances are, right. It's hard to overturn them on an appeal as Alford takes the snap.
24, Devontae Alford, the ball carrier.
It was a first down play on the penalty, of course. Inside the St. 40 to the 39.
Yeah, sharp as Siena looked in the first half, they've really not looked that way here in the second. Indiana Wesleyan's moving the football. We had obviously that penalty call, and the offense just has looked really stagnant. And if we don't have Darius Davis out there, it definitely has an impact on what we're doing on the offensive side.
It's a 5-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 5. Blair. He's going to reset. Play clock at 11. Quickly back to the line. Takes. Looking. Throwing. Got a man. Tackled by Trenton Morrow and Griffin Sobel at the 30. It's good for a Wildcats first down.
Blair's pass is complete to 86, Seth Hobson.
Yeah, I think maybe the strategy,
Sobel with the stop.
back off a little bit on the rush and kind of drop some defensive linemen back into coverage a little bit to kind of clog the passing lanes, because he's not even taking 2 or 3 seconds to throw that football now, and got to do something to kind of switch up.
Blair under center, gives to Alford. Not a lot of room to run. He's going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Bring up 2nd and 10. Clogging the way was Andrew Loria, big number 97.
Stopped by number 97, Andrew Loria. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Looks like the Wildcats are just trying to keep the Saints honest.
Yeah, they're definitely not getting much on the running game, that's for sure. It's going to be back to the short pass here.
Rodney Alford still in the game at running back. They're going to fake it to him. Just their check down man is Alford, who's going to escape a couple tackles and get down to the 20-yard line. That's going to be good for another Wildcats first down. They're in the red zone.
Yeah, Indiana Wesleyan spreading out the Saints defense, and that time had Alford kind of released into the backfield. Nobody out there except for one player, and he wasn't able to make the tackle, and Alford broke that tackle to get another 7 or 8 yards and a first down. So give Indiana Wesleyan credit. They made some adjustments here at halftime and are definitely moving the football on this Saints defense.
20-yard line.
I mean, credit this team sticking around. There's a first-year program. Their highest, they've got a couple juniors that start as it's a give to Alford, makes a couple men miss in the backfield. He'll pick up a couple out to the 18.
We got a fumble?
There is it looks like the Saints are calling for a fumble.
No,
they're going to say ball's down. So it'll bring up 2nd and 8. But this is a program who it's a young team, obviously, because they're a first-year program. They've got a couple juniors on the team. But most of this team comprised of freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, they've got a growing process, and they got obviously the makings of a pretty good team here. Another year or two, they're going to be competitive. This year's just a year to learn and grow and compete.
Saints coming with some pressure. Ball thrown into the end zone, and it's going to be nearly caught.
Blair's pass
through the hands of Braden Smith.
is incomplete.
In coverage, Trevon Claiborne. Ball falls incomplete. It's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that time Smith had a little bit of a step on Claiborne, but Claiborne disrupted him enough to kind of throw off that route a little bit and cause an incompletion because the ball was there. Smith just didn't get to the right spot at the right time. So good coverage there by Claiborne, and we'll see if the Saints can get a stop here on 3rd down.
So ball at the 18. It's 3rd and 8. 5:14 to go in the 3rd. Saints lead at 24-7. Blair sends the man in motion. Here comes the blitz. It's a screen. Ball's up. Tips. Incomplete. Saints hold firm on 3rd down.
Blair's pass intended for number 8.
They used that same play that they scored on earlier with Amon Clark as some misdirection. They looked like they were going to come back and try a screen, then it fell incomplete.
Yeah, really well read that time by the defense. Almost an interception again. A little bit higher on that throw, and we would have had the football, I think. So we'll see if the Wildcats can convert this field goal attempt.
The snap's a little high, kicks up, almost blocked. That looks good from here, and it is.
And the field goal connects.
So with 5:01 to go, Saints now lead at 24-10. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com.
If you pull out your white ticket.
All right, welcome back. 5:01 to go in the 3rd. Saints lead at 24-10. Kicks away, just kind of a line drive kick. It's going to be batted down, picked up, running right, out across the 20.
6 Devon
and then taken down.
On the return.
Looks like they'll spot him at the 22. That's where the Saints will take over on offense.
Yeah, things getting a little interesting here. 24-10 with 4:54 remaining in 3rd quarter. Need to step up and have our offense do something here in the 3rd quarter. Really, without Darius Davis, and I still see he's still on the sideline there without his helmet, so it doesn't look like he's going to return today. And got some good backs, Mr. Jordan and Damon Benson, but not having Davis there really makes an impact.
Next, going to give to Jordan. Trying to find a little run room. Maybe on the 2nd attempt, got back to the line of scrimmage. Those running holes have closed here the second half as the Saints now look at 2nd and 10.
Gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, we need at least some first downs here. We need to get this thing going, and Mr. Neck needs to step up and get us some passing yardage.
Neck takes. We're going to fake it to Jordan. Rolling right, throwing, incomplete.
Ooh, we're going to get grounding, or is there a back there?
I don't see a flag. They're going to say that there was a man in the area. Look like they're pointing to Jared Jordan, so.
Yeah. Thankfully, there was somebody in the neighborhood. It didn't look like it at first.
No,
it looked like there were a bunch of linemen there, but.
Jared Jordan was hiding behind.
2nd down and 9.
One of the linemen, probably Abe Wildermuth, 6'4", 280.
Yeah, we need something to happen here, Chris. I don't like the way this offense is looking here in the second half. It just looks really out of sorts and not in sync.
3rd and 9 as Neck takes. They're going to give it to Jordan out across the 30 and taken down at the 33-yard line. That's good for a Saints first down.
That's a huge run right there by Jordan. Just took it right up the middle and actually hurdled a couple players to get that extra yard they needed for a first down. So big first down there, and maybe that gives them the jump start because they definitely look kind of dead in the water here on this drive.
Running through the interior of that offensive line over Carlson and Fink. Will Walker goes in motion right to left. Go Jordan. Bounces it out to the 35.
The ball carrier.
So he'll pick up 2, bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, the weather's looking a little ominous here, Chris.
Yep,
starting to move in.
Got a little dark here all of a sudden as we got a big gray cloud hovering over half of the field. Neck takes. Give it to Jordan. Making one man miss. Good job running by 3. He'll get out to the 42-yard line. 1 yard short of the first down, brings up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, nice job there following his blockers, and had a little bit of Davis jiggling him that time, get a few extra yards. So
up a 2nd down and 2. 3rd down and 2.
Got to see if we can pick up another 3rd and short here.
Jordan in the backfield. They're going to give it to him. Spinning out of a tackle for a first down out across the 45. They'll give him the 47. That's good for another Saints first down. We've got a man down injured. That's a Wildcat injury. Looks like it's Brevin Baird, the sophomore defensive back out of Kokomo, Indiana. He's down at 5 yards, 10 yards away from the Saints sideline. Well, they tend to him. We'll take a break in the booth. 2:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Saints are up 24-10. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN. All right, welcome back. Neck gives to Jared Jordan, running right. Lower in the head. I don't know. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line. As we're just now starting to see a couple raindrops here at Laughlin Stadium.
Well, it wouldn't be a Saint football game without rain, I guess.
Seems to be the trend nowadays. Clock ticking, 2:05 to go in the 3rd. Saints up by 14. Neck with 2 receivers right, 1 left. Walker in motion. They snap it to Neck. Throws.
Ooh, that could have been pass interference there a little early on that coverage, but not going to get the call on that play.
Looking for Tim Brown, the sophomore receiver, 6 foot, 195 out of Detroit. Just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, I was a little surprised he might not have flagged him there. He looked like he was a little early on that coverage, but didn't get the call.
Saints looking to the sideline for a play. Play clock at 15. They get to the line. Neck in the pistol with Jordan out there. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Neck takes. Going to throw it. Getting pressured. Gets hit. And it looks like the intended receiver was Austin Kreider, but he slipped. The pass falls incomplete. That brings up 4th down. The Saints are going to have to punt it away.
Well, the good news, at least they got a couple first downs. The field position's a little bit better, and we can get a good snap and kick away here. We should be able to pin them down in their own territory, because they've definitely had the field position advantage here in the third quarter.
So lightly starting to sprinkle here on the field. Good snap. Punts away. It's going to take a big St. bounce.
Get out of there. Cost about 10 yards there.
Some
ball hit.
Words being thrown around. Ball hit at the 23-yard line. That's where a Saint touched it, but it was going to roll. Unfortunately, it just hit somebody, and that's where it'll die at 23. So that's where the Wildcats will take over, and now the rain is starting to come down a little bit heavier.
Yeah, bad news for Indiana Wesleyan. That's not good for a short passing game. It's going to be a little slick out there, so we'll see how they adjust to that, because the way Blair delivers that football, those passes are pretty sharp.
Blair takes the give to Alford with a hole up the middle, but then closed quickly.
Fumble.
Ball's out. Saints say they have it.
No,
they're going to say it was down. The lineman's going to say it was down. It was recovered by the Saints. Jared Whited came up with it, but then instead they're going to say it's a 2-yard gain for Alford.
Ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
So 2nd and 8. 3 receivers left. That's the wide side of the field. Blair takes. He's going to throw it. Coming across the middle. It's going to be picked off. Picked off coming the other way. Griffin Sobel to the 25. Taken out of bounds at the 22. Saints come up with the first turnover of the game.
Well, that time Griffin Sobel, the former quarterback, used his skills that time. Picked off one of those slant passes we talked about, and huge turnover at this point in the game, and definitely a momentum swing for the Saints. We needed that, Chris.
No doubt about it. And 49 seconds to go now in the third quarter. The Saints are in business. The ball spotted at the 20-yard line, so big play there from 12.
Yeah, that's a good adjustment there by the linebackers. This time they're sitting back a little bit more, and said in this high-risk, high-reward pass offense for Indiana Wesleyan, that time the risk didn't pay off.
DeJuan Smith goes in motion. The give is to Jared Jordan, who picks up 2 out to the 18. There's a couple of near turnovers in the last couple of drives for the Wildcats, and finally the Saints cash in.
You know, I'm thinking here, Mr. Glanders has had his best day this season. I think we may go back to him, see if we can get some one-on-one on the outside. Though he's not in right now, so I guess you're not going to be able to do that.
Neck takes. It's the give to Jordan. Makes a man miss in the backfield. Cutting it up. Pushing his way to the 15. And it's good for a couple more. And that wind is howling. The rain is coming down. Now it brings up 3rd and 5. Oh, boy.
Odes of homecoming.
Oh. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. I thought for a second they were calling the game for a minute.
I see a little sleet in there.
It does look like some sleet's coming down. The Saints players are hyped up about it. They're excited. We'll take a break. Mike Reynolds reminded me to bring my scuba gear today, so we got to get outfitted. We'll take a break. Saints lead at 24-10. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Saints up 24-10. It's hailing here at the stadium.
Hail.
Not
to the victors either.
Well,
not yet.
That game was supposed to be getting back underway just before 2 o'clock out in East Lansing, Michigan State.
Both these teams seem kind of fired up.
They
with the
do.
weather, you know?
Just going to say, now both teams are excited to play in this. This is what, I mean, as a kid playing backyard football, some of the best times were playing in the rain, playing in the snow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was nice to play when it was sunny, too.
Yeah. If you're the quarterback, you don't like this too much.
No, I don't think so. So there's just a bit of a delay here. I'm
Looks
not
like
sure
we might have a
first down. The sticks
yeah, the stick
may have broken.
malfunction.
We're bringing up some backup
Well,
first down markers. Now we've got something blowing on the field, almost like one of the guards to the high jump areas is blowing onto the field.
Yeah, the wind is really picked up, and it's almost gale force winds right now.
Let's get Brady out here to try one.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this would be a almost impossible field goal attempt. But we're 3rd and 5, so we may be seeing that real soon. Or just, if I were Coach Cohen, maybe you're going for it here down instead of trying to kick a field goal in these conditions, because it got from nice to nasty here in no time flat.
The Saints are up by 2 touchdowns. It's 24-10. Start of the fourth quarter. Saints at the Wildcat 15. Neck takes. They're going to give it to Jordan running left with some room to the 10, to the 5. Where did he get pushed out of bounds? They're going to say at the 4.
Yeah, I thought he might have had that corner, but it closed
looked like
quickly.
He did, yeah. So at the 4-yard line, that's where Jared Jordan was taken out of bounds. It'll be a first down and goal from there for the Saints.
Hey.
The give is to Jordan.
I can't see.
It looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage to the 4.
Number 7, Josh Davison. No gain on the play, 2nd and goal.
So 2nd and goal from the 4.
Even the stats are wet today. Corey Grammer SIDs came in all drenched and had hail all over him, and it's just nasty. But down here, I don't think you're going to get too fancy with the football. I think it's just smash mouth, try to punch it in. Too many bad things can happen with this wet football.
So 2nd and goal from the 4. Neck takes. The give is to Jordan with a head of steam. Looks like he gets to the 2.
Oh, we got a flag coming out.
3rd and goal, late flag coming out right now.
Hope that's not on us. Definitely some tensions down there at the goal line.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
48, Ishmael Avila on the tackle. 2-yard gain down to the 2-yard line.
Got no indication from the players on who this is on.
No. Looks like it's probably on Indiana Wesleyan, though, because they're not moving backward.
No.
And if it's a personal foul, it's an automatic first down, which would.
So it is on Indiana Wesleyan.
Or maybe it isn't. I don't know. They don't. Okay, there we go.
So it's a dead ball foul. So they'll move it to the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from there. And Jared Jordan's still in the game. Neck takes. Give it to Jordan. Man, he was hit hard right away. He picked up about a half a yard to the half-yard line.
Down here so close to the goal line, I'm not a fan of the shotgun. I like having a quick snap because you got a chance to do sneak.
Yep.
You give the defense a chance to kind of slice in that time, just exactly what they did and make that play. But that's the way the Saints run. They got that shotgun even at the goal line.
And the closer you can get to the goal line is better.
I'm always like to keep the option of the quarterback sneak open here down at the goal line. And when you do the shotgun, you really have a tough time doing that.
But maybe with the wet conditions, you don't feel like you can get enough leverage from that spot?
Yeah, I don't know. But
it's tough to say. But they'll go with that kind of pistol shotgun spot with Knecht. They're going to give it to Jordan again. Well, he made one man miss.
No, they're not going to give it to him.
So now he's at the quarter-yard line.
He's tripped up in the backfield again by number 7, Josh Davidson. Takes it down to the
So 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Here's where if you had like a big back, I don't know, Will Walker's more of an H-back tight end than a fullback, but it'd be nice to have a guy like that to just have him smash it in.
Are you still just running the ball here?
Oh, yeah. I don't think you're going to try to throw it. Not in these conditions.
Now we're going to get a timeout as the play clock was down to 5. This is going to go against Siena. It'll be their
first timeout of the half.
First time out of the half.
Well, this is a big series right here. We got to get in the end zone. I think score here. We're back up 3 touchdowns, and things are a little more comfortable again. But we can't walk away out of here without some points. And with this weather, with the driving rain and the wind, I don't have any confidence in a field goal, even at point blank range. It's just too tricky.
Well, the rain has died down. Well, I was just going to say the rain has died down a bit. The rain probably has, but the wind is still whipping what rain is left to fall around pretty good.
Yeah, it went from blue skies to nasty in a matter of minutes, and it's calmed down a bit. We don't have the hail and the sleet we had about 5 minutes ago, but it's still pretty nasty out there, and ball control is going to be important now the rest of the game.
Welcome to Michigan.
That's exactly right. Wait 5 minutes, literally, and that's what
we
happens.
Had hail. We had hail. Here's the option. Knecht's going to keep it and get in. Touchdown Saints. Knecht on the option keeper. Putting it in from a half-yard out.
Wasn't pretty, but he got it done. Big touchdown right there.
So Knecht getting it done through the air and on the ground today. And now the extra point attempt is...
Cross your fingers.
It's an interesting one. Snap was a little slippery, but it finally got down, and then Brady puts one through.
Really good job by the holder there. That ball's behind him, and he was able to grab it and pull it back in.
That was Aaron Wagner. So good job there.
That was a big score.
Native. Yeah,
big score.
Absolutely. Absolutely it was.
We needed that, and it's going to be, with these conditions now, very difficult for Indiana Wesleyan's passing game to come back in this. I tell you, throwing the football, especially the kind of passes that Blair throws, those little bullets, going to be hard to handle the rest of this game. So I think we're in pretty good shape if we can get a couple stops here.
So now how much of the starters do you see from here on out?
Well, I think you keep them in as long as you can, because I think in this game, Indiana Wesleyan show they got some power, but 3 touchdowns down, you definitely can start.
And now you're in some inclement weather here, and
you just don't want to give up big plays at this point with the weather being it is. Big plays are definitely a possibility. A slip here and a fall here, and you give up a big play. My big questions right now, though, is the health of Darius Davis.
Sure.
I'm hoping it was hopefully a precautionary reason why they held him out of the second half. Because if he's not ready to go next Saturday, boy, that's a really big blow to this team.
Of course, next week, Marion in. Number 2 ranked team in the country as the ball falls off its tee for Brock Quinlan.
Well, no field bubbles quite yet, Chris. So
yeah, I was just going to say everything looks to be draining nicely. We know that the field drains well. No pooling.
Crazy thing is there's a back-to-back soccer match after this at the stadium. So a lot of fun tonight at O'Loughlin Stadium.
Kicks away. It's going to be fielded at the 11-yard line. Nowhere to go. Taken down at the 22-yard line. We've got an injured Wildcats player. Looks like it's Josh McKenzie, who is the return man. He's rolling around pretty good. Looks like he's grabbing his lower back. That's not what anybody wants to see.
Yeah, we started this game. Beautiful weather, mid-50s, sunny. Perfect day for football, and now we're into driving rain, wind. And probably I haven't been outside. We have the luxury of being in the press box for this one, but I'm guessing that temperature probably dropped off a few degrees here in the last 15 minutes.
And it wasn't overly cold today, but it wasn't overly warm either. So I got to imagine it's pretty chilly out there now.
And for number 8, Josh McKenzie.
Yeah, McKenzie really having a tough time getting off the field there. It looks like he
being helped off by a couple of trainers.
Dinged up his left leg.
Coming off very gingerly as the Saints defense makes their way out on the field. Daquan Butler in the game at that
22-yard line. It'll be first and 10
free safety spot for the Saints.
22.
Interested to see what the Wildcats do with this possession.
Well, it's going to be really difficult to run the football against the Saint defense, and that short passing game really has been their best weapon.
Give is to Alford out of the backfield. He picks up, looks like about 3 out to the 25.
Yeah, they're just not going to be able to run the football consistently against this defense. Really, the short passing game's their best weapon, and that's probably what they're going to go to.
Zach Blair's pass is complete to number 2, Braden Smith. Griffin Sobel on the stop. Gain is good to the 34.
Thank you, Mike. So obviously, this weather affecting a lot of places in our area. As Blair gives to Alford with a hole. Out across the 40, still on his feet to the 45. The ball's out. I thought the ball was out.
A lot of missed tackles there. He's not a real big guy. He's real shifty, and that time broke a few and kept going and picked up a few more yards and a first down there for the Wildcats.
They'll spot him at the 49-yard line on their side of the field. 11:23 to go. Saints up 23-10. Blair takes. He's going to throw a little bubble screen out to the far side of the field. He'll be taken down in Saint territory at the 48-yard line. Gain of about 3. So now the Wildcats looking for 2nd and 7 here. Blair takes, fakes, looking over the top. It's going to be almost picked off by Trenton Morrow. Blair was looking for Amun Clark. The pass falls incomplete. Good coverage there from
3rd down and 7.
A big, strong safety.
Yeah, Morrow that time had better break on the football than the receiver did. Receiver, I don't think even knew it was there until the very end. Lucky that ball wasn't picked off for Blair because that was kind of a risky throw to make with Morrow in coverage.
Blair will send a man in motion. Takes, looking, going to get pressured. He's going to get hit. That one goes incomplete. Blair was smoked by Malik Edwards. Shed a block on the line and came barreling in. Off the fingertips of his receiver and fell incomplete.
That's the first big hit I think Blair's taken in the second half, and he barely got that football away. But again, these weather conditions, he really laced that throw in there and just couldn't hold on. It just was too much pepper.
A fourth down here for the Wildcats. Blair getting pressured. Escapes a sack, throwing on the run, and almost picked off. Incomplete. Saints hold tight on fourth down. What a big play from that defense.
Yeah, nice coverage, and again, Blair running for his life there on the sideline. Cole Merlin again.
Yeah.
Chasing him down along with, I think, Jared Whited was out there. So good job of the defense, and again, with 10:26 left to go, we're up 31-10. I think this game's in pretty good shape now. I think we kind of hit the reset button on the second half because it's getting a little nervous there when Indiana Wesleyan got within 2 touchdowns, but big interception and a punch-in touchdown and now a stop. We look like we've regained control of this football game.
Well, I've been impressed with Cole Merlin today.
Yeah,
the
very active.
Freshman linebacker out of Ohio. He's been playing very well.
Very active. You know, for a true freshman, too, that's pretty impressive. But Matt Cohn has recruited some really top outline players the last few years here.
He's got the size. 6'2", 205 is the give is to Benson, who picks up 2 to the midfield stripe at the 50.
Yeah, now you can weave in some of your reserves and second teamers there, get them some experience. But yeah, like I said, really interested to hear about Mr. Davis. Hopefully nothing too serious that he can't be full go for next week.
Under 10 to go here in the ball game. Saints up 31-10. Neck takes. We're going to give it to Benson, running left, cutting it back. Churning those legs into Wildcats territory at the 48-yard line. So pick up a 2. Brings up third down and 6.
Pick up a 2 yards, brings up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, it looks like things have calmed down from the rain side. Just kind of say a little bit above a drizzle right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wind's still howling a little bit, but not quite the gale force we had a few moments ago.
Next, going to fake to Benson. He's going to roll and just misfired. Was looking for Tim Brown, but he threw it behind him. It was actually a dangerous pass, but no harm, no fouls. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's got to be hard to hold on to the football at this point, you know, and you could see that time just thrown behind him, and thankfully it was an interception. I think this is one of those games where you just try to get through it now. Don't make any big mistakes. Don't, make any major errors, and just keep everybody in front of you.
Alford and Amon Clark, 8 for Wildcats.
And it punts away. It's a good one. It's going to take a big Saint hop.
Nice.
Good job there from who else? Cole Merlin. It took a big Saint hop at about the 20-yard line and then kicked all the way right to Cole Merlin, who was standing at the 2-yard line.
That's excellent field awareness there. He got down there, and that ball took a really sharp hop toward the goal line, but he was in perfect position, put his feet right on the 1-yard line, and knocked it down. So great job there by the freshman, and gives the Saints defense a foothold there deep in Indiana Wesleyan territory.
So just under 9 to go here. Saints up 31-10. Just a quarterback sneak there
Blair with the quarterback
from Blair, trying to give his offense a little more breathing room out to the 3-yard line. Looks like they'll give him the 4.
2-yard gain brings up 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 on the 2-yard gain. Blair gives to Alford. Still running.
24, Devine Alford on the carry.
Looks like he'll get to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, Alford, not a real big guy, but has a good second effort to him. He's gained a lot of yards after contact today. Saints rotating a lot of defenders in and out here based on the situation. Definitely a passing down. Blair back in the shotgun.
So 3rd down now. Wildcats need about 5. We're going to get a whistle. The Wildcats will take a timeout. That's their first of the half. 7:48 to go. The Saints are up 31-10. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights. All right, welcome back. 7:48 to go. Saints up 31-10. Wildcats looking at a 3rd and 4 from their own 8-yard line. Blair's in the shotgun. He has Alford flanked to his left. He takes, looking, stepping up, throwing. It's going to be caught. Shedding a tackle out to the 20, taken down at the 25-yard line. Good enough for a Wildcats first down.
Yeah, that time missed the tackle there. If he made the tackle, he might have been able to get a stop. But
10 for the Wildcats from their own 24-yard line.
Keep this drive alive. Indiana Wesleyan got out of some real deep territory here.
Looks like they spotted the ball at the 24. So it's 1st and 10 from there. Blair with Alford flanked to his left. 2 receivers right. Looking. Rolling right. Throwing. He's got a man. It's going to be caught. Right at that first down marker. Looks like they'll give him the 35. That's good for a Wildcats first down.
You know, Blair isn't even really setting up the throw. He's just kind of like flinging it out there. Almost like a Baker Mayfield, just kind of just gunslinging it.
Just a flick of the wrist. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Blair takes. Throwing. It's going to be caught. Weaving through across midfield to the 44.
Blair's pass is complete.
That goes to Braden Smith, the big receiver, 6'4", 171.
Yeah, that time he was wide open over the middle and broke about 3 or 4 tackles, and don't know why he wouldn't be covered because he's had probably the best day of any receiver here for Indiana Wesleyan.
Blair takes. He's going to throw it again. He wants to go deep. He was looking for Smith again, but that one falls incomplete. Trey Claiborne was in coverage, and Trenton Morrow is helping over the top.
Yeah, we just got to keep everybody in front of us. Don't give up any big plays. That's the key to finishing this game.
6:47 to go. Saints up 31-10. Blair with 3 receivers right. That's the wide side of the field. Takes. Looking, throwing, flips one over the top. Nothing doing there. His receiver tried to sell maybe a bit of a pass interference call, Dante Henderson, but nothing doing.
Yeah, Henderson that time I think tried to do the basketball or the football version of the flop. Didn't succeed. The officials looked at him like, nope, not buying that.
Taquan Butler in coverage. So now 3rd and 10. Ball at the 44.
Saints are showing blitz here. Nope.
They're bringing some pressure. It's a pass. It's going to be incomplete, looking for Braden Smith again, but like we mentioned how Blair was just kind of whipping it out. He was not set, threw off his back foot, and the ball fell well incomplete.
Yeah, that's his passing style. He's definitely a back foot thrower, and he's got a strong arm. There's no doubt about that, but sometimes those balls don't go where you want when you're not pointing your feet in the direction you're throwing it to.
So 4th down here. The Wildcats are going for it. Blair takes. Saints showing some pressure. He's going to bail out. Rolling right. He's got some room. Out across the 40. Can he get to the first down sticks? I think he did. I think he got to the 32-yard line. They're going to spot him at the 30. They're going to spot him at the 34, and that's exactly what he needed.
Yeah, that time just didn't get there in time, and I'm surprised Blair hasn't run the football more. He looks like he's got pretty good mobility. That time he showed why. He picked up a huge first down to keep this drive going.
2 receivers right, 2 left for Blair. He takes, looking right, throwing, gets a quick little pass. It's going to be caught, and now we got a flag on the play. This one's going against the Saints.
Yeah, I think Stallworth might have grabbed him by the face mask on the tackle.
He was tackled at the 29. It was a gain of 5. They're going to tack on a couple more.
Give Indiana Wesleyan some credit here in the second half. They were down 24-0 at halftime. Got manhandled pretty good, I would say, and really didn't give up and came out actually fighting here in the second half. And for a first-year program, that shows a little bit something. These players are competing, and this is definitely a good experience for them, moving forward to play against a top 25 program like Siena Heights is. So Indiana Wesleyan's definitely played a much better second half here compared to the first.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. And I think Blair actually has been pretty impressive here in the second half, and they've been able to do what they do best, and that's just get this ball out quick as he goes under center. It's power right. And met in the backfield. Malik Edwards, with the offensive lineman still draped over his other shoulder, makes the tackle. The center, Caleb Ruffner, 6'2", 46, out of Saline. He carried him into the backfield and tackled Alford.
Yeah, I think Edwards tackled the lineman and the back. Just kind of.
That's got to be a credit for 2 tackles, right?
Well, I'll give him 2 tackles. What the heck?
5:20 to go. Saints up 31-10. Blair takes. Here comes the pressure. He's going to have to throw it away. They were coming quick.
That's Merlin again.
Yep, Cole Merlin getting a lot of playing time today on special teams, and now he's playing on defense.
Yeah, he's been definitely a pass rush specialist for the Saints today, and definitely showing why he's on the field as a true freshman. That doesn't happen too often in college football these days. But last year we had Mr. Stallworth do the same thing as a linebacker, and this year it's Cole Merlin's turn.
Playing really well. His whole linebacking crew. Blair takes, looking, throwing. That's going to go well incomplete. Looking again for Braden Smith, his big target. That's going to sail incomplete. 4th down.
Yeah, no chance on that throw, and Claiborne was right there in coverage. So another 4th down play here for Indiana Wesleyan. Now I'd have to say this is probably their last best chance to put the ball in the end zone here with a little over 5 minutes left to go.
So they're looking at 4th and 14. They still can pick up a first down at the 5. They don't have to get into the end zone. Play clock at 10. Blair still communicating with the sideline. He gets it. He sets. He takes. Looking left. Happy feet in the pocket.
Merlin.
He's going to go down. Cole Merlin with the sack.
sack.
Oh, my goodness. Do they have a guy in Cole Merlin?
Do we got a new nickname for him, the Wizard?
Oh, that's
Merlin?
good. That's good. Yes.
Well, he's definitely had what you call a breakout game today on defense and special teams. Really done a great job for the Saints and kind of put the exclamation point on this win here with 4:58 left to go. I know there's a chance probably for another possession or two, but that was kind of their last best chance to stay in this game.
So we've got a new quarterback in the game for the Saints as Benson gets a good surge up the middle for 8 out to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 2. Ryan Brennan in the game, the southpaw, 6'2", 192 out of Howell.
Well, Mr. Brennan was really competing against Neck in the preseason, and they were really neck and neck pretty much until the first game. So Brennan's got some experience, and it's good to get him out there and get him a few snaps.
And Brennan actually started game 1 for the Saints as it's a give to Benson once again. He'll pick up another 4 out to the 39. That's good for a Saint first down. And this is really where you see really good veteran teams with 4 minutes to go run the football and bleed this clock dry.
Yeah, and I think for the fans' sake, they're happy too. Just get this game and get in the parking lot because it's cold, it's rainy, and game's pretty much under control. Let's go home.
Brennan's in the shotgun, 2 receivers right. They send Tim Brown in motion. Here's a give to Benson. Boy, he's stable of backs for the Saints. Really good. Pick up a 3 on the play, brings up 2nd and 7, but they just so patient runners. You saw even on that run, maybe a little bit of Le'Veon Bell, just that quick hop step, try to find that hole and then explode through it. And boy, with Davis and Jordan and Benson, you got quite a running back room.
Yeah, nice to have that kind of depth.
Brennan's going to fake it. It's going to be a little toss out. It's going to be caught.
Ryan Brennan's pass is complete.
Trying to find who was the receiver on that play. Looks like it was
number 83, but he's not who it is in the program.
No, they're saying that he's a defensive end.
Plankla Abdul Hakim, 6'6", 225. They might have moved him to receiver.
Well, he looks 6'6", that's for sure.
Yeah, big boy out there, but
he's playing the Will Walker and DeJuan Smith spot. Once again, Benson trying to surge. Pick up maybe an extra yard out to the 48. They need the 49. I think he's going to be a yard short. That'll bring up 4th and 1. And the Wildcats are going to call a timeout with 2:28 to go.
The Wildcats have used a timeout.
And, you're down by 21 points on the road. But you're sending a message as a first-year program. Look, we're going to fight all the way to the end. And so you take a timeout, try to conserve some time, and Saints look like they're going to punt it away. And I think that's a good message to send to a young ball club.
Oh, for sure. This is a learning experience for Indiana Wesleyan this year. They're not entering our conference officially until next year. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like I said, this is an
introduction.
An exploratory year where they go out and they play, maybe some teams that are not so strong to kind of give them some confidence. But then they take on a Siena Heights. They take on a St. Francis. They take on some of those established programs in our conference to kind of get a taste of what they're going to be expecting because next year, I can guarantee you probably Trinity Bible is not going to be on their schedule.
Right.
They're going to have to play the St. Francis's and Marians and all those type players week in and week out, and, this will be the test. So I said Indiana Wesleyan for a first-year program is looked pretty solid. Whoa.
They were not set.
That was
there's got to be too many men on the field. There just has to be. The flag was thrown. They were making a hole, so the Saints were setting up for the punt.
Yeah,
I mean, that's coming out of a timeout.
That was like Keystone Cops thing. They were just running in, running out. There was like about 20 guys on the field for Indiana Wesleyan there. I don't know what happened.
I mean, this is while you send a good message with the timeout with a couple minutes to go, try to get some more points on the board, then you make that mistake. That's a first-year mistake right there.
Well, I think, Siena probably changed up their strategy there. We're going to go for it and then decided to punt, and Indiana Wesleyan didn't make that adjustment in time, and we'll see what the officials have to say here. They're huddling at midfield, and Indiana Wesleyan's coach is pretty vocal on the sideline there. I don't think he's too happy. He thinks maybe Siena didn't allow him to get the substitutions on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see what they have to say. And Chris, just as soon as we say, how bad the weather is, you got almost like a peek of the sun again. Here we go. Welcome back to Michigan.
There you go.
Tell you what, though, there's some weird-looking clouds over campus there.
Yep.
Kind of some marshmallow-looking formations. See what the call is.
So they're going to call.
How do you call delay a game? Oh, and then unsportsmanlike on Indiana Wesleyan. So, interesting.
So the delay a game on the Saints and an unsportsmanlike on.
Siena still gets the first down.
So on the
5+.
Yes. Wow. Well, that's wacky.
Wildcats. Both penalties were enforced.
That's what makes me wonder, why was the Indiana Wesleyan coach yelling so loud if the penalty was against Siena? He almost cost himself on that one.
Right.
Because if he would just waited and listened to the call, it was supposed to go their way and it would have been 4th and about 7.
Right.
Now the unsportsmanlike, it's a 15-yarder and a first down, so Siena can pretty much run this clock out if they want to.
So Ryan Brennan and company back out there for the Saints. Takes, gives. That's Benson with a big hole and well closed and tackled there.
One
Josh
tackle.
Davidson, the inside linebacker, and a Forest Virginia 6'1", 189 made the play. Good play.
Yeah, one missed tackle away from a touchdown there. Almost busted it free.
So 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard Benson run. And like a veteran team, they're going to bleed this clock. Take as much time off the play clock as possible as Brennan takes. Gives Benson met in the backfield, but he escapes out across the 30, 25, 20.
10 Benson on the carry again for the Saints.
Tackled at the 19-yard line. Staying in bounds, importantly. Heck of a run there from Benson.
Yeah, nice confidence builder for him, and again, building that depth for running back for this year, but also for next. With Mr. Davis graduating here after this season, you've got Jordan and now this Damon Benson coming into the play, so looks like the future is bright at running back for Siena Heights.
Devon Washington in at running back. He'll take the snap. He's met for a loss. Devon Washington, the senior running back, 5'10", 180 out of River Rouge. Under a minute to go. Looks like the Saints are going to win this one 31-10 as we're inside 40 seconds. You have to snap it again. The play clock's at 16. Takes, gives. Devon Washington with a hole up the middle. Diving. Did he get in? No. They're going to say he's down at the half-yard line.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
That'll be it, I think.
I think so, too. What a shame.
Yeah, well.
Devon Buzz says,
Yeah, he's like,
call timeout.
Yeah, he might be calling timeout here. He wanted that
timeout.
touchdown, but
Oh, my goodness.
we'll take the win.
Well, that's going to
No
do it
problem.
here. Saints win it 31-10.
And that'll do it for the ball game, fans. Final score.
We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com.